I miss Ralph Klein. I miss him a lot. When I was coming of age as a political animal, I had Ralph Klein and Deb Gray to harden my conservatism. He had guts. He had that everyman quality that made us trust him when he said he could get us all back on track if we just stuck to the program. We called him King Ralph, but not because he was grand or regal, but for just the opposite, really. We called him that out of pure irony because Klein himself was so unregal and so down to earth that sometimes we forgot he was the man in charge. Ralph governed with us. When he tried to sell us on the public sector cuts he knew he needed to make to save our province from an Ontario future, he got in a motorhome and took his plan to the people. He ended up in local coffee shops and community halls all across this beautiful province, listening to Albertans, telling us why we needed to buckle down and get our spending in check. He gave us answers to our questions. This is a stark contrast to the sort of consultation we get from the NDP now. They show up to tell us what they're going to do to us, and then they leave us with fewer answers than we had before. Ralph called what we were all building together the Alberta Advantage, and it was great. We had a business-friendly tax structure, and we were a safe place to do business and raise a family. Now the Notley government is chasing business out the door with its royalty review, carbon tax, hikes in corporate and personal income tax. Whatever advantage Alberta once had now lives in Regina. And Klein knew the value, rather the moral imperative, of unchaining ourselves from provincial debt. Who could forget the day King Ralph held up that sign that said paid in full? It was July 12, 2004. Oil spent the year hovering around the mid-$30 per barrel, but we had done it, and we were really none the worse for wear. In fact, we were headed into a boom, and we were the envy of all Confederation. Now with the NDP's Grecian formula-style spending, we'll approach $47 billion in debt by 2020. Every premier since Ralph has squandered his legacy. But Rachel Notley, in her very short time, is already the worst. In fact, she promises us that much. Now, if you miss Ralph, like I miss Ralph, go to imissralph.ca, get your t-shirts, and get your bumper stickers. Send a message that it can be done. Alberta really can be great again, with Klein-style commitment and Klein-style honesty. Now, I wondered if Ralph was enjoying his retirement when I had to cast a ballot for Ed Stelmach. I thought about his modest personal expenses a lot when Alison Redford was premier. I cried when he died in 2013. I waxed nostalgic for Klein's down-to-earth premiership when pretentious Prentice was the boss. Now I just miss Ralph Klein, and I miss him more and more every day. For TheRebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid.